For what reason Zoom keeps doing 2 pop-up windows. I don't know if that does it for everyone else or it's just me.
Sure.
I don't know. Technology
you
hates
have the best of luck. You have the best of luck.
I do. If
you had a pretty good run going there where nothing happened, but now you're back to it. So
yeah, I ripped some mattress tag or something under a ladder or something like that. I don't know what I did. But for 53 episodes or 52 episodes, it was doing good. Now we're on 53 and it's like, nah, screw you. Hello everyone. Welcome to the Long Distance Pizza Party podcast. If you don't know what that conversation was, I was doing good, and then for whatever reason, as we started the call, I sound like Alvin the Chipmunk or Judge Doom or any high-pitched squeal character you want to insert, in there for whatever reason, because I can't catch a break when it comes to technology. But we are going to be talking about this is a strange episode.
How did I say it? Like actors who
made
had
that
the
role.
perfect character, perfect character castings. That's what it is.
It's gonna be towards.
So this is like what characters in movies, were made for one, and like only one person could have made that character. And I know there's like movies that were specifically made for an actor. Like I could think of a lot of like Adam Sandler movies where it was specifically like it was built around Adam Sandler.
It'd be Ben Stiller
and
too,
that
right?
character. What's that?
Yes.
Ben Stiller too, right?
Ben Stiller. I can think of like Pauly
Shore.
Had a lot of ones too. But this is like not the movie wasn't built for this actor, but nobody could replace this actor. And I could think of like Robin Williams as the genie in Aladdin.
Yeah. Even if they tried to
they tried to do, and it did not go as well, because honestly no one could beat Robin Williams as the genie. And
nor should they.
What's that?
I said nor should they.
Nor should they, right. Because like even Mrs. Doubtfire, I don't know if that was made specifically for him, but there's no one else could have pulled that one off, I don't think.
I really like his role in Hook. I watched that recently.
Hook was good, yeah.
And just his portrayal of being all grown up and adult, like, and then going back into belief, as it were, it's like child.
Or even the Night of the Museum, where he was Teddy Roosevelt. That's like one of my first movies. I didn't see him as the comedian. I saw him as he was comedic, but it was more of like he was kind of being serious in a way. He's done
a lot of good serious roles.
Yes, and unfortunately I think a lot of those are overshadowed. Everyone sees him as the comedy genius.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is weird enough because he was almost the Riddler before Jim Carrey, and I'm wondering if they were really trying to get him. And
because that's one example of I don't think was a great casting.
No,
because I love the Riddler as a character, and I think he was too over the top for the Riddler.
He's not the Joker. A lot of people see him as ripoff or not. Like
Mark Hamill's still the best Joker for me.
Yes, but the Riddler is not the Joker. Like they're different aspects of crazy and of like obsession.
Yeah, because the Riddler is like just kind of full of himself.
Yeah,
he's like super IQ, thinks he's smarter than everybody, and very much like I could say Eggman, which Jim Carrey actually did great as Eggman. Yeah, but it was a weird take for me on the Riddler.
Yeah, a good like made that character, and it's animation, but there's a lot of those. Is John Glover being the Riddler?
Yeah,
which is weird also because he's in Batman and Robin, or no, Batman Forever with the Riddler. It is Batman and Robin because he's Dr. Woodrue and he throws Uma Thurman off the cliff or whatever. But like when I read like the Riddler, it's his voice because like he played the if you're so smart, why aren't you rich? Like he plays the air of the Riddler. You need someone who's very full of himself, can like do like the monologues, do the riddles. Like people like Paul Dano as the Riddler, but like that's a very different version of him.
Which version is that one?
He's the recent one from the Batman.
The Batman, okay, which I haven't seen. I would say whoever did the Riddler in the Arkham games, I thought did a good job.
Yeah. Who did that? I can't think of.
Riddler.
I can't think of who it is. It's probably some big voice actor who did like 8 roles on that game.
Probably.
I can't think of
Mr.
it.
Google.
Yeah, I can't think of who it is.
IMDb. Well, and going into the Batman universe, I still think Kevin Conroy is
Yes.
the definitive
yes.
Batman.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially when I think now they're like, hey, just be Kevin Conroy for anyone that does it after him, which is unfortunate because there are some talented voice actors that could bring a different air to Batman. Because do you want to play the more goofy side? Do you want to play the more
Right.
serious side? Do you want it in the middle? Like,
Well, same thing goes for like some of the spinoffs and reboots, like Batman Beyond, that did so well.
yeah,
You have Terry,
yeah.
he's a little different. The Riddler voice actor Wally Wingert.
Wally Windert. He's probably been heard in something else. But like with Batman, like Adam West, I think is another good. He's a good Batman. Like a lot of people think of when they want to do 60s goofy. A lot of people pull from Adam West.
Yeah.
Like
well, yeah.
clearly they want to do that like Adam West voice, which I do appreciate Adam West for the time, like that period. Like I think he played an okay Batman. Like unfortunately, I think some people that like certain Batman, I think some are good Batman, but not a good Bruce Wayne.
Will Arnett
Like
did
they
a
can
good
do both.
Batman for like
Yes,
a
and it was a
Yeah.
very hyper real version of Batman. Like he kind of just folded everything in. Like that has that problem with like Spider-Man. There are some good versions of Spider-Man. Like Cecilia's bringing this up, and I made the joke. I like Nicholas Hammond, who, if you know anything about that, he played like in 70 TV movies where he just fought like car thieves. Like no, like they didn't even have like any real Spider-Man villains because the budget was so bad. Like it was just, they just filmed in a parking garage. It looked like it was bad. But you got Josh Keaton done Spider-Man. Of course, you have live action versions, Toby, Andrew, and Tom, who all have like different versions. Like I don't hear a lot of people say one specific Spider-Man. Like everyone, depending on what area you grew up in, had like a certain Spider actor. Like I like Toby for being Toby. Like barring do you like him crying all the time or how many times he pulls off the mask, which people complain about. Or you have the Andrew version, which is did I like the Andrew version at first? I
Do
can't
you
remember
like
if I did.
anything?
I do like stuff. I think at first I thought they were trying too hard because he was like he like skated and had like the puffy hair and the hoodie, like the 3 layers. I'm like, are they trying too hard? But also it's 2012. Like I felt like they're telegraphing too much, but I do appreciate it. My sister-in-law really likes the Andrew version. And then the Tom Holland one, it took me a little bit to get used to.
I'd say Tom Holland was my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the biggest difference though too is the fact like Toby was already in college.
Yeah.
You know, like in the first movie, you briefly
Yeah.
saw his high school and he went right into college. And so he was much older than the comics would have portrayed. And then Andrew kind of was the same deal where he's, in high school. But like, it seems like he was in high school in the later years and, kind of in the same time frame. But they did a good job with Tom because, the little things that nag at you during his movies where he makes these very juvenile mistakes and you're just sitting there like, oh, he should have really done this, and you stop and you're like, well, the kid is like 16 years old.
Right.
That kind of makes sense.
Yeah. Like,
I was like,
sorry.
Tom's had the chance to grow up into it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Into the role. I think I never liked Toby as he was like the first one, like the first live action, real good live action. But because he was just he didn't clean. He was too goody.
He's too nerdy.
There was no snarky.
He was too nerdy
I like
too.
Andrew.
Like they really want to play like the nebbish, nerdy Spider-Man with Toby, like to a degree where he's wearing like he was wearing sweater? No, he wasn't wearing sweater vests. They didn't go that weird with it. But he was so nerdy he had glasses. Like the nerdy glasses. Of course, when he gets the spider bite, he gets abs for some reason, which is like another trope that like goes on to other stuff where magically he gets abs. That's what
magically become
Spider-Mites
physically
do.
fit. Yay!
Yeah. I don't have to work for it. That taught a bunch of kids that you're like, I don't have to work for it. Like,
You know,
my
eat your
Spider-Man
green
would get it.
vegetables.
Yeah. Like after I got used to Tom, his version, I was like, oh, I like what you're saying, silly. Like, yeah, like he's his kid, he's not perfect, and like a lot of people want to complain that they want to make him Iron Man Jr. But I think some writer at some point really weave that in. Where it's like, oh no, this is a learning experience for him, and then hopefully in the next movie they don't repeat the cycle with Brand New Day or whatever the movie's being called, and like he becomes proper Spider-Man. And I think Andrew didn't get that far. Like with the first one and the second one, they kind of butchered it. And the third one, he didn't get that full character arc. I think that's what Mark Webb wanted for him.
Yeah, I have a premonition that maybe it would be interesting to see MJ be one of his villains instead. Just completely curveball the whole thing.
Yeah.
They've already ruined her in the comics. Let's not. No, let's not. Man.
Yeah, but I would say, to me, Tom Holland is my favorite Spider-Man, but I don't think he is a definitive or unreplaceable. Like, I think someone else probably could have done that just as well. I don't know who, but I think he wasn't unique in that role. I
think that's why Tom stuck so much, but I don't know if that's a lot of nostalgia. Or Toby, not Tom. Toby, because he was the first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think on my standpoint, if I had to choose to be Spider-Man, I would want to be Toby Spider-Man because I don't want to deal with the hassle of making web fluid.
Yeah. Well, he was supposed to have.
I was like, you're gonna get bit by a radioactive spider. You might as well be able to do everything a radioactive spider
He was supposed to have web fluid, but they couldn't figure out how to make it look right in the movie. So I think there's an early shot where he has it, like it's in his sleeve. They covered it up in editing. If you look close enough, like that, I think there's a behind the scene where they showed like that it'll look really funky. Like it didn't. Like, it looked more like the toys they sell. Yeah. Now, like the silly string.
And then they're like, "Oh, it's genetic. Well, might as well."
Yeah, whatever. And then that
was
one,
the happiest mistake they ever made.
Yeah, and then it affected the comics for a while, and people didn't like it there. They complained a lot.
Yeah.
One I really like because, one I really like, not Spider-Man. Well, no, I guess it is Spider-Man, but in animation, guy that did him in the '90s series. I think, like when I read it, a lot of times I hear Daniel Barnes. I think it's Daniel Barnes. I think he's got 3 names, so it's something Daniel Barnes, or it is Daniel Barnes.
The '90s series is my I was obsessed with that one, and I don't think I've ever watched it all the way through. And as an adult, I don't feel like being able to do it. I suppose but,
you might just get disappointed because he doesn't punch anyone; he just kicks.
Really?
It's like they were like, no, he can't punch, but he can kick. I don't get the difference. But
that's like the Turtles couldn't really use it.
Daniel Barnes.
Yeah, Christopher Daniel Barnes. Yeah, the Turtles couldn't do it. There's a lot of shows where like they had weapons, so they couldn't use them. But the villains could. They could use their laser weapons. Made no sense. Also, a lot of shows back in the day, they couldn't use real guns, but they used laser pistols.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the difference is. But
Spider-Man uses his feet and get caught. What are the cops going to do? Handcuff his feet?
There you go. But do you know what other things he was in that I, as a kid, would watch? He was Prince Eric in Little Mermaid.
Little Mermaid.
I heard that and I was like, "There's no way," and I can hear it now. It's a little different. Another good this movie my mom made me watch. I like the movie. Okay, is Julie Andrews in Mary Poppins?
Yes.
Mary Poppins, yeah, it was good.
I think she is a definitive Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
I mean, she's no, she's not the only one. There was what's her name?
Yeah, there was a more recent one.
What's her name?
But I don't think she did as well, honestly.
Yeah, Emily Blunt. Yeah.
I do like the fact that Dick Van Dyke was in both those movies, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then he was the big.
He's the only Bert. He's the only one I'll accept as Bert.
There's a lot of movies with Dick Van Dyke where you're like, that is that character only because Dick Van Dyke is like so charismatic.
Yeah, it's like Robin Williams, I would say.
Yeah.
He was the Robin Williams of his generation.
Yeah, definitely.
Another one is because whenever someone thinks of the actor, they can't think of the actor's name, but they call him by this character is Rowan Atkinson as Mr. Like with Mr. Bean.
Yeah.
Like I don't think people call him like Rowan Atkinson. They're like, yeah, Mr. Bean was in Lion King or Scooby Doo or something like that.
Shocker? What?
Well, that's like Pee Wee Herman.
Jim
that was really Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah, Pee Wee Herman. Like he was in so much stuff. Everyone just called him Pee Wee Herman. Like I was reading a thing or watching a thing where he was in an interview, and for a while he had there's a mugshot of him in a vampire costume. If you look at any of the stuff that he did, I guess he was on in some vampire movie, and like he got caught and it was like his mugshot, so he carried that around. So for a while he got known for that, not Pee Wee Herman. He's also the Penguin's dad in Batman Returns.
He was also the Spleen.
He's also Batmite and Brave and the Bold.
Mystery Man. The Spleen.
Yeah, I think like those are great examples of people who made a character and it kind of took off. And I could think of like Jim Carrey did a lot of those, with, like Ace Ventura, The Mask, Liar Liar. Like those movies wouldn't exist without him. And I will say with his live action The Grinch, to pull off a live action Grinch, without him that movie would not be the hit that it was.
I want to see in another world who else they would have cast, just to see how weird or not good it could have been. Because like everyone in that movie's goofy, but Jim Carrey's like up a couple notches above them. Like he had to be. Yeah.
Like his improvisation, his facial expressions, his over the topness. I mean, even some of the scenes were like when he ripped the cloth off, and everything stayed in place. It wasn't supposed to. No. So then he rushes in and like knocks everything off, and they're like, "That was even better."
Like
than
we got to keep that in.
What we planned on. Yeah,
that's a him thing and just an editing thing where they didn't cut it. They're like, no, we have to have that in there. If not, it just feels off.
And the Patrick Harris was. I'm sorry, he was a better Olaf
than
Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey. I would go for Jim Carrey. I do like Neil Patrick Harris's portrayal.
Yes, I can't think of the actor's name. I didn't. Did I finish Unfortunate Events? I don't think I did. I remember the Jim Carrey one. I remember seeing that ad everywhere when that movie came out. I'm like, what is this movie? Because I'm like, I see Jim Carrey in like weird old man makeup. It's weird. Like I know at the time, and of course his Dr. Robotnik like is like a set. Like I know people complain about that. Like, oh, I don't like Jim Carrey as. But I'm you need a goofy person, like an eccentric person.
He does, and I think this is kind of like, I think if he would have done that for the Riddler, it would have done a lot better.
Yeah,
because Robotnik is very egotistical, very full of himself, very high IQ, and I think if he could have done a similar role for the Riddler, it would have worked a lot better. And at first, like I was a little like, really, Jim Carrey is Robotnik, but he really built himself into that role, kind of like we talked about. Tom Holland worked himself into Spider-Man really well. By the second movie, Jim Carrey like owned Robotnik, and I can't at that point picture anyone else.
And he came back out of retirement to do the third one.
Yeah,
so
he was going to retire.
He liked that character so much.
I was later Losers, and then he came back and ruined it. Oh,
yeah.
Jim Carrey's good. I was watching cartoon clips, and there is a crossover between The Mask and Ace Ventura because they did cartoons around that time, and they crossed over. It's not Jim Carrey in that cartoon. I think it's Rob Paulson. But The Mask goes on Mr. Butts, the Ace Ventura, where or is it Dr. Butts? Or what, like whatever joke he's doing,
right? Yeah,
The Mask goes on to his butt, so the butt becomes like the Mask character. Like it's like the most absurd thing ever, but it works in those cartoons.
Yeah,
but that's not Jim Carrey. I'm also looking at I'm just looking at a list of a couple I put on here. Someone got Reese Witherspoon as Ellie Woods. I didn't watch that movie. I think it's.
Well, okay, so like one of the things, because my wife and I were talking about this, and we were talking about Jim Carrey and The Grinch, and going back to The Grinch, like it depends on the medium, because like you guys mentioned, someone mentioned in the chat, Boris Karloff is the original Grinch in the animated. I don't think anyone else could have done that. He did awesome, but then you come in to like remember Benedict Cumberbatch as one of the more recent ones, which I don't think
wasn't so bad.
I don't like.
It wasn't bad, but I don't know. I'm probably never going to watch that movie again, but I will go back to Jim Carrey or Boris Karloff Grinch any day.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Another one. I think this is more my generation. Matthew Lillard as Shaggy from Scooby Doo. The fact
no,
that
that's-
people really gravitated towards that because now he became Shaggy after that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like
that's
he
the thing.
really
He's been-
became that character. Like he enjoys that character. Like so much now, people really enjoy him. Now there's like fan art I'm seeing of him running away from like Snapchat from like the FNAF movies because he's also that.
Yeah,
Like,
well, that's the funny part too, where it's like
I mean-
watching FNAF. The first thing that comes out of my lips seeing him is like, that's Shaggy.
Yeah.
like he gets recognized for that and Scream.
Yes, dude.
And there's a couple other stuff he's been in too, like mini
LC
movies.
Punk.
Wasn't he in 13 Ghosts?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's going to be in Daredevil season 2 or Born Again season 2, but
He's gonna
guaranteed
be
he's got a
back in
very
Scream
small
7.
character. He's going to be in Scream 7. He I know like people complain about those movies about like they're very over the top, they're very goofy. It's James Gunn. Like before he was like dialing everything in for like his brand, but like Matthew Lillard was Shaggy. Like he had this look and feel, like he had a voice too. There's this he talks about like how he does the voice, and for a while he like yell in his car to get hoarse to do like some of the speech, and like he's done it so long now, and I found other ways where he just do it like automatically, like he can switch into it, which I find funny. There's some of these characters, there's so much like that where it's affected them, where everyone sees him as that character. Like everyone sees Robin Williams as the genie, as like these other characters, Mrs. Doubtfire.
Mm-hmm.
People see Jim Carrey as the Mask or insert any character he's been.
Ace Ventura.
And not Jim Carrey. They see him as that, which has affected characters. Like a lot of people with Adam West saw him as Batman, and he didn't get any jobs after that, after the show, because he's like, "Oh, you're the guy that's Batman," or later everyone's like, "Oh, you ruined Batman."
Well,
that's
Jason
like the
Momoa
kid.
had that problem too after Aquaman.
Yeah, where he's like, "I'm Aquaman," but then like
That wasn't his fault. That was Amber Heard's fault.
I just mean like casting, because he wanted to do like a bunch of different kinds of roles, but he was like this big tough buff guy,
he was
scary
almost
looking
Drax.
guy. So
He was almost Drax
I
in
mean-
Guardians.
yeah,
Like
he's had that character since Stargate Atlantis. He's
Yeah,
done
Yeah.
that same thing since Stargate Atlantis.
I think also DC wanted to make Aquaman edgy, and they're like, "What's the edgiest guy we could find right now?" Jason Momoa. He's that was just like weird coincidence, and Jason Momoa ran for it. Like the story goes, he wanted to be Lobo, and they're like, "What about Aquaman?" The fact now he's going to be Lobo
oh nice.
in the new Supergirl movie. So
Oh,
Honestly, he would make a good one with that.
you got to hide a bunch of the tattoos, though.
Yeah.
They'll weave it into his skin or whatever. Another one I like, because it's Joe Pesci as, is it Marv? Is he Marv?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Marv in Home Alone.
I-
On here, the list they have him in My Cousin Vinny on the list. But I think
Yes,
that's another
My Cousin
one
Vinny.
too.
Like there's no way. Yeah, I
That
mean both
must be
both
right.
of the bandits in Home Alone.
Oh yeah, Daniel.
What-
Stern.
Definitely.
What did the other actor
yeah.
do after that? Because that's the only thing I know him from was Home
He's
Alone.
done a lot of things.
I know I've seen some of his stuff, but I'm just not.
I saw
blanking
something
on it
with
right
him
now.
recently.
But like
Make me look it up.
there's a guy on TikTok who does a bunch of Joe Pesci impressions, but it's him in like different scenarios. And I'm like people see Joe Pesci as that character. Like, oh, you're the guy from Home Alone. You're not. And My Cousin Vinny, but not from anything else he's in. Like, I think he's a main thing of Home Alone because he's a cop in that. He's posing as a cop. I think he's a cop in another movie, but you're only going to see him as that. Like, but the fact they couldn't get him to come back for the fourth one was funny. But like, I think that affected him for a while. He was like, oh, you're the guy from Home Alone. You're not the guy from insert other project, insert other movie. But like, I don't know
from
who else-
Home Alone.
Yeah.
He was also did City Slickers. He was big in that. Him and Billy Crystal.
Billy Crystal's
Yeah.
one of those also where like a lot of people know him from Monsters Inc. Like I don't think they know him from any of his other like live action stuff unless you can ping his voice. Like some people are like, oh, he
Where from
sounds
that?
funky.
Yeah.
What?
There's a witch. She's a witch.
Oh, I don't know.
Witch, I'm your wife.
Oh, that's right. He's in Princess Bride. I was like, Like, what are you? I was like, he's in Princess Bride. I didn't recognize him because all the makeup, for a while.
I said, well, I don't even think I want to even be that anymore.
Yep. Doc Brown for Christopher Lloyd. I think.
Oh yeah.
Like
yes.
he's that
Nobody
character.
else.
Like when I see him in other stuff, I'm like, why is Doc Brown doing here? And like, oh no, it's Christopher Lloyd. Like that and Addams Family. I think people recognize him from that too. From the 90s Addams Family
was
movie.
great.
Yeah.
I mean, Emerson's doing okay, but he's still not Christopher Lloyd.
No.
Yeah.
The fact that he had a cameo in the recent Wednesday show as a different character, I'm like, why not just have him just be a member of the Addams Family? Like he's in the older, like an older member, or whatever. I don't know. I didn't even finish Wednesday. I just lost interest. I just didn't care.
So we have a lot of movies, a lot of actors that the movie was kind of built around. Jim Carrey, Pauly Shore, stuff like that. But one of the series that I think really hits home with a lot of people in most of the characters were so perfectly cast that you can't picture anyone else would be like the Harry Potter movies.
Yes.
Maggie Smith is McGonagall. I mean, the three kids, Harry, Ron, and Hermione. It's hard to picture anyone else in
Daniel Radcliffe couldn't shake that. Like for a while, everyone saw him as Harry
Potter. He has to go and be like the traditional UK villain,
Yeah, or he had to go. What was that Guns Akimbo movie? Everyone thought he was like having a.
It
was just the movie.
Daniel Radcliffe as Weird Al. That was kind of goat.
Yeah, that'd be fun. But I mean, even like
characters and little weird coworkers he did.
Alan Rickman is Snape. That's what.
I couldn't think of the actor's name. I've seen him other stuff. I'm like, that's just Snape because it's his voice cadence. Like you just think of Snape. Like you don't know what he's in, but like you're like, oh, that's Snape.
And it is so hard to picture other people in those roles. And I know they're making like a new series, like a mini series or something out of that show. And they have, of course, all new actors. I can't picture anyone else in most of those roles. Hagrid, I can't picture someone else as Hagrid.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that actor passed away not long ago.
I mean, Nick Frost has the do it for
Yeah. And then the guy that's playing Dumbledore,
Lithgow.
Well, there were two guys that did
John
that.
Lithgow. Though. Well, the recent one, I think, I don't know.
In the new one they're going to do, yeah.
Yeah. Of course, everyone's going to think John Lithgow. They think Farquaad or what was his character on Dexter? People think from that because see all the clips.
Killer.
Yeah. That's I didn't watch Dexter, but the Hall, that is the actor's name. The guy plays Dexter. Yeah, everyone thinks him as Dexter. I think like that's like him. I think he was on another show where there was like a bunch of serial killers and like he was like a character on that. He voiced Batman one time. In like an alternate universe story where he played Batman. It was kind of interesting. He was like a vampire. It was like at the height of Dexter too, so I was surprised I actually got him to do it. Another one, and I have it made for the thumbnail. I might change it. Is Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man? Everyone really like sees him now that they've changed the character in the comics so much. Everyone thinks of that because if you look at old comics, he had the more conventional 80s mustache and then had blue eyes. But when the movie came out, he went more of the goatee and the brown eyes like that. It was so in the cultural zeitgeist that Marvel had to change it in the comic to line it up.
Yeah, I do think that movie would not done as well without Robert Downey Jr. I think he totally made that character.
Yeah,
just like Chris Evans did with Captain America.
Yeah, the fact that they tried getting
his backstory in real life.
Yeah, the fact they tried getting Tom Cruise to be Iron Man. Like I don't think it would have fit.
No,
like RDJ, just like how he reads dialogue, how he delivered it, just like it snapped for a lot of people. Like it affected everyone thinks like that's Iron Man.
To have his personality and just the stuff that he pulled behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Or just like randomly did in the scenes. Like I think in the Avengers movie, he just walked on set with the blueberries, right? Walked on set with the blueberries and just did his roles. And like there's one point where he like offers a blueberry to one of the other characters.
That's a Easter egg in one of the Lego Marvel games where you have to like go find like a bunch of blueberries like that's hidden on the helicarrier. It's like a like an Easter egg like puzzle game in it.
Yeah.
Like that's like a nice Easter egg like the fans are gonna get.
Mhm.
Like that's affected the character so much. Another one from Marvel is Tom Hiddleston's Loki. Like
Yes.
everyone thinks
Oh, yes.
him as Loki. Again, the fact that they made the art make it look like Loki in the comics, like they've so much tried to
Yeah.
line it up, which I kind of like. I get why, but also like I'm not gonna go to the movies. I'm like, you know what? Well, like the normal person's not gonna go. You know what? I gotta go to the comic book store. I gotta go pick up Iron Man or a Loki book. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, but I get why they did it.
If we're in Marvel and stuff, Wesley Snipes.
Oh, it's Blade
As Blade, yeah, that would have
Yes,
been
that's
tough to find someone else.
or
Because even though they keep trying.
yeah, or like I get this a lot from like some of my family members that don't read a lot of stuff, but like we'll watch the movies. But like when I say, "Oh, Nick Fury's a white guy," and they're like, "But in the movie he's Samuel L. Jackson," I have to
Right.
explain to them, "No, in the comics he's white, in the movies he's black." But then they made a black one in the comics and ported him over. Like everyone thinks Nick Fury is Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah. And Samuel L. Jackson himself is another one of those people who made a lot of characters to where no one
He
else
will
could
always
play them.
be Mace Windu.
And that's
Frozone.
yeah, and Frozone. There's a lot of movies that
Mm-hmm.
he's in where you think Samuel L. Jackson. There's a couple like everyone thinks with John McClane. Everyone thinks Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
But, like that is his. I think that was made for Bruce Willis. I don't know if they were trying to get someone else, but like it was around.
That was
him.
actually originally it was a Sinatra played the character.
Who?
Because you didn't, which you don't, most people don't realize it was a sequel.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, I think it was Sinatra that played the character originally.
I did not know that.
Frank Sinatra. That's.
Remember, I'm pretty sure Die Hard was a sequel.
Another people there because I know this is an SNL joke or it wasn't SNL. It was some Grammys. Everyone I didn't watch Misery, but like everyone thinks Kathy Bates is from Misery, like that character. Because there's a joke where they had Kathy Bates, the guy from The Boys. What's his name? He plays Homelander. They had him on there, and they had another actor,
Anthony Starr.
Anthony Starr. Everyone thinks like I'm known for this character. Like everyone thinks of, like I just did. Like it's Homelander, but I can't think of the actor's name. He's also in Xena Warrior Princess. Only reason I know that because at work they played on the TV. I'm like, I know that guy. He's in stuff. That
Urban.
Huh?
And The Boys, Carl Urban also.
Yeah,
Both
Carl
on
Urban's
Xena.
another one, but it's a couple like Dredd. He's Dr. Bones on Star Trek. Like, there's multiple characters. You might not know the actor, but you're like, hey, that's that guy. There's a lot of actors like that, but I don't think they've made those roles because I think there are other people that are a little more popular than them. Sigourney Weaver is Ellen Ripley.
Yeah, that's.
Oh,
From
yeah.
Alien.
Yeah.
I don't think you could. They've tried with other female actors trying to fill that role, but like Sigourney Weaver, like she just did in that role did something.
She
like,
had this like toughness to her.
Yeah.
And still like a beautiful woman, but she had this toughness to her that really made the character stand out, I think.
And I think that's some of the writing too. It's both the pairing the writing and the actor. So like that just worked together. And I think they knew that for so long. I think by 3 she was like a clone or something because they ran out of ideas. There's one Sherlock Holmes. A lot of people like cite Benedict Cumberbatch.
I think he did a great job as that.
He did.
I think.
Like I think people reference him more than RDJ because he's also Sherlock. Like both
in the movies, yeah. And he did good, but I do think Benedict Cumberbatch makes a better Sherlock. Even if it's more of a modern day version, but still, I think
like that was pretty good. Yeah, did the Sherlock books happen in the universe, or is it like when you start pulling those threads, like it's like the way he did it, like the fact that he got to be Doctor Strange.
Yeah,
like,
which I think he did
part of that.
I do think other people could have done a decent Doctor Strange, but I think he was an awesome pick for that.
For the time, I think it worked.
Yeah.
Like that, where they got him in. Like, is he the best Doctor Strange? I don't think so. I think, again, like you're saying, Strange, other people could have been that, but a lot of people see him as Doctor Strange.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you look at the Sherlock movies, the Guy Ritchie is really better with the whole ensemble thing, and you just have the one focus
Yeah,
for him.
yeah. A good voice choice, James Earl Jones as Darth Vader.
Yes.
Like,
And Mufasa.
yes,
Like, there's no one else.
For
There's
those,
no one
And
else.
reading your
Comes.
KJV Bible.
and he was the blind guy in Sandlot.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's been in a bunch of stuff. But like,
He was the king and
Welcome to America.
Yeah.
went to
Yeah.
America.
Yeah.
Like, there's 3 actors that are Darth Vader that made the one character, but
Mhm.
like James Earl Jones is the voice.
Is the voice.
Like,
there is no other voice
yeah,
for
like
for Vader.
you can't
Absolutely.
come close. I think he's the only one that's done it all the way through. I'm sure there's like a couple that did like fill-ins, but like
Yeah.
he is the voice. Now I think they use AI, like they have enough voice clips from him where they can just fold it in, which I don't know. I think they should just let Darth Vader rest and let's move on. But he's so recognizable. Like he is like when you think Star Wars, you think Darth Vader.
Yes.
Like I think more than Luke or on equal plane with Luke. Like it is.
I would say more than Luke.
Yeah. Like his cadence. There's a clip out there of you could hear in the original film the actor in the suit doing the lines, and it sounds so weird. Like it just you want to hear like a big booming voice. Like it's not a bad voice. It's not like some guy like high shrill, but it just doesn't sound what you think. Like it's just odd. Judi Dench is on here, but I don't think her Agent M was that. Like she did good, but I don't know why she's on there.
I would say Johnny Depp made a lot of characters
Yes.
that only he could have done. Obviously,
Jack Sparrow,
the
thinks,
biggest one. Like there's no one else that could have pulled off Jack Sparrow.
No, you needed
Like,
that.
He's the reason why they kept making
Interesting.
sequels. Let's be honest.
And made him the main
that
character.
is the only.
Yeah. Or I was gonna say
Um,
Jack Skellington, but he's not Jack Skellington. That's some other actor.
Yeah.
I can't think of the actor's name.
Her hand,
Yeah.
which is funny because he did that after Happy was killed by Freddy, and he goes and plays Edward Scissorhands.
Oh yeah. Edward
Oh, that's
Scissorhands,
right.
Yeah.
Edward Scissorhands. Yeah, he's in a bunch of stuff where you like that way. And I think that's why they tried to get him to be in Harry Potter in the sequels or the spinoff. He was the character.
in the Fantastic
Fantastic
Beasts.
Beasts.
Yeah.
They were pretty
Grindelwald.
movies.
I couldn't think of the
yeah.
actor's name. The character's name. Another one, because a lot of people like doing this for the
Grindelwald or
voice.
something.
Yeah. Willem Dafoe is Green Goblin. Everyone instantly does the Willem Dafoe voice. And I think like you need someone who could be equally part sane, equally part crazy. Like you'd flip that coin. And I think he did it perfectly. And the fact that he came back and was willing to do it for No Way Home, like he is Goblin. I do have a problem with those movies. I hate that they tried redeeming Goblin later because Goblin's one of those characters that's not redeemable. Like in the comics and stuff, like they always try to redeem the character. Like, oh, he's not a bad guy. It's a split personality. I'm like, if you read those old comics, he was kind of like that before. The Goblin serum kind of accentuated it further, but like Willem did like a decent job. Like he's got a couple of those roles too. Like he has a small part in John Wick, where he's like a detective character. Keanu Reeves has a couple of like everything's him as Neo. Like I don't
Neo,
know who else would have
John
gotten to
Wick.
be Neo. Same with Agent Smith. Like
Yeah.
I can't think of the actor's name.
Hugo Weaving.
Hugo Weaving. Like he Agent Smith.
Wrong.
He tried being
Maybe.
Megatron, and I didn't mind his Megatron.
I think honestly, Keanu Reeves was great as Neo.
Yeah,
but I do think someone else could have done.
You
just
could have.
as well.
That's one of those movies. I feel like you could have just change Keanu for whoever was big in the 2000, like the 90s.
Yeah,
like it. But like I think Keanu was hungry enough. Like he fit that role at that point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like there's a bunch of movies he's been in where he tried being different characters. Like he was tried to be John Constantine. He tried being like a bunch of other characters, and like it didn't feel like it fit. Like why is Keanu here? Why is he in 47 Ronin? Like why is he in a bunch of these movies? But like John Wick and Matrix are like those two franchises where everyone thinks Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, which it's interesting too because like my probably introduction to Keanu Reeves is Bill and Ted,
Yes.
Bill and Ted.
which is completely
Different.
Yeah.
opposite characters.
No, he's very goofy, and
Well,
then you go
yeah.
serious. You're just like, what is this?
Yeah, so seeing him go
They got the-
serious
they got
was
the same amount of
weird, but
brain
it's
cells.
normal now because that's most of his roles.
Yeah. Though there's a recent movie where he's like goofy angel, and apparently the movie's decent, but like he's going back to
I know,
like
that
the
just came
comedy.
out.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, that one
Yeah.
just came out.
yeah.
Someone who I think pulled that off really well, going from tough guy to comedy, was Schwarzenegger, honestly. 'Cause
Yeah,
I think he had a lot of good comedies.
He did Kindergarten Cop. He did
Yep.
Twins. He did
Jingle All the Way.
Jingle All the Way. And then he went back. And I don't think he's ever like he recovered. Not that he's not doing
Yeah.
in bad movies, but like everyone, depending on where you grew up, he's either the Terminator or he's what's that
Turbo Man.
comedy one? He's in he's twins. Like he's either or. Or if you're that film buff, he's like he was in Hercules in 1969 or whatever.
Yeah.
Or like random movies, like he was in Total Recall. Like Schwarzenegger made Total Recall, but the fact that they tried to do it with Jeremy Renner, even though I guess the recent one's more close to the books, but like that movie, like everyone thinks Schwarzenegger in that, because Mars I guess isn't mentioned in Total Recall, but like the movie makes it Mars or something like that. There's another.
Another one.
What is it?
Farrell, not Renner.
Was it Colin Farrell? I thought it was Jeremy Renner. Maybe it is Colin Farrell.
I haven't seen it, so I don't know.
I remember seeing the trailer, and I was like, "Why did you?" It's at that point where Jeremy Renner was trying to be in everything. After Avengers, they like were trying to push Jeremy Renner. Like he was in Hansel and Gretel. He was in a bunch of different
it
movies.
was Colin Farrell.
Was it Colin Farrell?
It was definitely Colin.
Why am I thinking Jeremy Renner?
No.
Another. Speaking of Colin Farrell, one of those roles. I know people don't like this movie a lot, but Bullseye and Daredevil. I liked Colin Farrell in that.
He did a great job as that.
He's very over the top, and people complain like Bullseye is kind of psych. Like he's on par with Joker, like crazy level. Like you need someone who can be nuts. He didn't have the costume. Wilson Bethel does a good job in the recent show. Like he's another one of those where I can't see anyone else. The fact that Wilson Bethel was almost Captain America, like he doesn't fit the profile for Captain America. He kind of fits like background character, and the fact they got him to be Bullseye, like he fits that role very well. Colin Farrell also as the Penguin and the Batman, like he, with all the prosthetic and everything, like he pulled off the Penguin. Like not Willem Dafoe, Danny DeVito. Like he's a very weird version of the Penguin. Like I hear people complain about him, but I'm like, for the movie it fits like this weird goth vibe, like weird malformed creature.
It was campy. It was supposed Tim Burton's was campy. It was
I think that's Tim Burton was. I think Tim Burton was like, oh, we're gonna make Burger King toys. I'm gonna make it weird as possible. Try to sell toys. Like they're turning a toy out of a guy that bit someone's nose off.
Yeah.
I remember watching Batman Returns at like clips of at like age 9. I probably shouldn't have at age 9, but like the fact that Danny DeVito recently wrote Penguin stories and like backup stories in DC Comics, like people like recognize Danny DeVito as like that's like in there. Like Danny DeVito's been in a bunch of movies. Like people recognize him from Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Everyone thinks him from Twins. Like there's many movies where like you think Danny DeVito and like the Penguin, depending on like how much you like Batman Returns, either you like him as that or not.
Yeah. Honestly, like Phil from Hercules is one of my favorite roles of his.
Yes. I forgot he was in that.
And that's another way. I don't think anyone could have done it as well as he did.
No, you need like that. What was the other movie he was in where he was like the uncle character that everyone really likes? It was a musical, and I can't think of what I didn't.
Well, he was the Lorax, but
that's right, he was the Lorax. Starts with an M, and it got made recently. I want to say it's Maribel, and that's not it.
I don't know.
I can't think of it. Another one, because I don't watch the show because I don't like sitcoms. Steve Carell as Michael Scott, which affected everyone so much because once he left the show, I think a lot of people stopped watching and they like replaced it with Will Ferrell, and then there was someone else they like tried replacing that character with. But Steve Carell, his like comedic timing.
Yeah, I think he definitely made that show, and I've never watched that show, but I've seen enough clips to know that he made that show.
Him as Gru, like Steve Carell.
Gru, yes,
like that comedic timing and how he did everything, delivered everything. Like I can't see anyone else trying to do it, and I think he lost it a little bit towards like the fourth or fifth movie, but like that first movie, like how Steve Carell did it. Like that was at the top of him doing The Office too.
Yeah,
I think, or like towards like that middling point. Again, I never watched The Office, but like I recognize him from clips. I'm like, oh, it's that guy. That and that guy that plays Dwight. Like I see the clips. I'm like, I've never watched The Office, but like I see him in other stuff. I'm like, hey, it's the guy from The Office.
Yeah.
Like there's that movie with Bryan Cranston. That's another one where people think where it was about lottery tickets, and I'm like, oh, that's the guy from The Office. Like he's just like a clerk in the movie. Like Bryan Cranston, a lot of people see him for like everyone thinks Breaking Bad for him. Like he hasn't escaped that. Like a lot of people like, oh, he was voices in Power Rangers, but then they're like, oh, he was in Breaking Bad. Like everyone thinks that's like this hardcore guy. But he made his bones in like Hal. Comedy. Yeah, he made his bones in comedy as Hal. Yeah.
I think another. Go ahead.
So it's like it's like you're saying the things that what you're recognizing is like other people recognize from other things.
Yeah,
it's just like you're just like making a very generalized thing.
Yes.
Oh, everybody knows it from one thing, and it's like no, there's a lot of things that these people.
There's even if you might not pick up the voice. Like he's Commissioner Gordon in the Batman Year One movie, which I would love to see him do live action, but I think he's kind of past that point where he could do it. Like who did the voice in the Batman animated series? Like that Gordon. I like to
think of that. Strange. What were you about to say?
Just kind of jumping to another person here, but going back a little bit to like the 90s, Rick Moranis made a lot of his movies.
Yes. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Ghostbusters.
Little Shop of Horrors.
Strange Brew.
Yeah.
Mint Mole Blads.
So those movies wouldn't be what they are without him, because he definitely made those characters. Like they were built for him almost.
Yeah, like I watch Honey Shrunk the Kids. Like I see the trailer, I'm like, oh, I see a nerdy vampish guy, but like the way he delivered his lines, like his comedic timing, I was like, oh, I believe this character. It didn't feel like with some actors, like they got to play the nerdy character. It doesn't feel right. Like trying to see Mads Mikkelsen try to be a nerdy character in the recent Indiana Jones, it didn't fit. He doesn't fit that profile. But Rick Moranis did it in a way where it felt believable. Like I'm not calling Rick Moranis like a nerdy guy, but like the way he acted and stuff.
He plays one great. I mean, when it was kind of like spoofy, like Spaceballs.
And Spaceballs, yeah. And the fact that he's coming back for it.
That was fun.
Yeah. Another one, animation-wise, Peter Cullen as Optimus Prime. Again, with Kevin Conroy, everyone thinks Optimus Prime as Peter Cullen. The fact that everyone overshadows that when he's also Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
Like, and he's been in other stuff. He's I think he does the intro to Voltron. He's been in he does a voice for a bunch of. He did the Toonami ads. He wasn't Steve Blum's the character, but he did like the announcement parts. But he's in so much. Everyone you've heard his voice somewhere, whether you don't recognize him as Eeyore or these other characters. Like you hear, he's one of those actors where you hear the voice. And the problem is poor Peter Cullen's used in Optimus Prime so much stuff. Like other actors haven't gotten a chance to have their version. Like there's been a couple I think in the 2000s where he wasn't Optimus. Like others did good jobs, but Peter Cullen is him. Like that got him to be in the movies. They're like, hey, we need to be Optimus Prime in the movies. And he doesn't like being that Optimus movies because he doesn't like how bloodthirsty he was. To be fair, not a lot of people like that either. But I think he did a good job in both being the very hardcore Optimus verse or the Ranger-esque character he was in the original cartoon. Does he do Eeyore now? I think he stopped doing it. I think he
stopped. I'm pretty sure it's someone else is doing it now.
Or what Silly was saying earlier, you're talking about the guy that was Jim Cummings. Like he's in so much
Jim Cummings, yes.
so much stuff. He's the singing voice in Lion King for Scar.
Well, I mean, Darkwing Duck.
Darkwing Duck. I think he's Ed.
Tigger.
Tigger, yeah.
He's not Ed. It's the guy who
No,
played.
he's one of the hyenas in Lion King. If it's not Ed, it's one of them.
He did the singing voice for.
Wait,
he did the singing voice for
Yeah,
Scar,
but
but he's not one of the hyenas.
Is he not?
I did because Ed.
Because those were big names. Because you had Whoopi. And,
Yeah.
Chong, Cheech
Marin,
Cheech Marin, and then it's the guy that played Golem. I think did Ed.
Andy Serkis.
I think. I'd have to look that up, but I think that's who did Ed.
Yeah, Jim Cummings did a bunch of stuff. Like you've heard his voice in something.
Maybe it was Jim Cummings. I don't know. I would say like another one who made a lot of his characters was Jeff Goldblum.
Yes, and a lot of times he's just being himself. He's just being himself, but like you believe it. Like he's the Grandmaster. He's He's Loot and Plunder in Captain Planet.
I don't remember that, but I'm thinking like Jurassic Park and Independence Day.
Yes,
no one else could have played those characters.
No, he's in the reboot of The Fly. Like, like Jeff Goldblum did like a really good job being those characters. Like he played again with Rick Moranis. He's like that nerdy character, but also like I'm really glad he was. Maybe he did. He was kind of trying to do action movies.
Oh, he was okay. Yeah, Jim Cummings was it? I was mistaken. That's okay.
There we go. I was like, no, I'm pretty sure that's right.
Yeah,
maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but like Jeff Goldblum like plays a nerdy character, but he's a different side of nerdy from Rick Moranis. Like he's the more serious nerd.
Yeah.
Like,
Rick Moranis is a little more over the top, and Jeff Goldblum is definitely that more serious nerd, very, very calculating, very kind of
jittery and everything. And he plays that in a lot of movies, and like that's a joke, but like that he's embraced that meme part. The fact he's in like those apartment ads, and like he's come back as some of his characters. Was he? He was in the last Independence Day. That movie sucks, but
I haven't watched it yet. My wife kind of refuses to watch it with me, but I do want to watch it at some point just to see what it's like.
They brought back one of the scientists that died in that movie. They're like, no, he was in a coma. I'm like, no.
But it's
spoilers.
But like
spoilers.
Sorry. Yeah. But in like Jurassic Park, I think there were a lot of good people in there, but I think he's the only one that's really irreplaceable.
Yeah, like
in that movie.
You think of Ian Malcolm. Like you don't think of Alan Grant or whatever.
Because Alan Grant could have been a couple different people. Like it was cast well. Don't get me wrong, but someone else could have done just as well. Because I mean, even we talked
Jackson didn't need to be in that movie.
And he didn't. Like that's not one of his more memorable roles. Like he was in there, he did a good job, but that is not an iconic role for him.
Or Dennis Nedry could have been anyone else.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if I could find anyone else as Dennis Nedry. Like I'm thinking about it. Like
I'd say that one was probably hard. Would have been hard to recast, but
but like what did I see Jeff Goldblum recently? I'm like, why is it in here? But like it fit. He was Zeus. He was Zeus in some show.
Yeah, in Chaos.
Yeah, I was like, it was like, what is that show called? He's done like animation stuff. He was one of the villains in Boss Baby, I think, which is, I don't know why I know that random thing. I think there's random TikTok clips that with who plays the Boss Baby? I can't think of his name. Alec Baldwin.
Yeah.
Or Liam Neeson. Like everyone thinks of him as the action guy. Like he's Taken. He's the good cop, bad cop in the Lego Movie, which I think is one of his better roles.
Yeah, that was
it shows his comedy side. The fact that he was in the recent
that he can do that. Yeah.
If I want to talk about the thing,
18
make a character, Leslie Nielsen, any of the stuff he did.
Yes, like he again comedic timing. That's what I think a lot of it is with these characters that are notable. Is depending on if they're comedy or action, but like their timing or like a cadence they give to the character. Like if you see Jim Carrey in something, you're gonna think, oh, that character's immediately gonna be energetic, off the wall, crazy, or you're gonna have Keith David, he's going to be some serious, wise sage character. He's going to be Dr. Facilier, or he's going to be Spawn, or he's Goliath from Gargoyles. Like, you think that character, and you're like, I can't think of anyone else.
Yeah. And then like sometimes as a one-off, like Russell Crowe in Gladiator.
Yeah. Like that
I
movie.
think other
came out
people could
later,
have played it and the
99.
movie would have done okay, but I think he made it just go up and beyond what anyone else probably could have done.
Yeah. Or a lot of people are. I've heard people complain about this, and I like this role in Dark Knight Returns. They got Peter Weller, RoboCop, to be an old Batman.
Mm.
And I like it because it's a very like not apocalyptic, but it's like very run down. This Batman's aged and weary, and he kind of how he delivers the role. Like it sounds more like a RoboCop. He's not robotic, but he's very much like, I'm tired. I'm like a 60-year-old man running around in this bat costume. Like he kind of gives the lines that way.
Yeah.
Like I've heard people complain about it. I'm like, I don't mind. I actually like it, and I want to hope like Peter Weller would come back for other stuff. But like he's in Westworld. And he's like, I did Batman, I'm good. Like a lot of people recognize him more for RoboCop.
Mm-hmm.
Like everyone tries doing a Peter Weller RoboCop impression. You're not gonna do a Joel Kinnaman RoboCop impression, which everyone crapped on the movie. It wasn't just Joel Kinnaman, because Joel Kinnaman is good in other stuff, but not that movie. Same with like Michael Keaton. Like he's been in like random like other movies where it's like, oh, this is weird. Like he's good at comedy because he's Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Like I don't think I can picture anyone else's Beetlejuice.
No, that one's tough for me to do. Yeah.
Like I like
Beetlejuice, Mr. Bob.
Yeah, of course he's Batman.
Multiplicity.
Birdman.
He's my favorite live action Batman. So
yeah. Did you ever watch Birdman?
Multiplicity was good. I have not watched Birdman.
So it's kind of like this actor who was a Batman character, but it's like it's kind of Adam West in a way, where it's like, oh, that was like the one where everyone knows me from. But he starts hallucinating the character. Like Birdman's like a separate thing, which is weird because then he did that, and they did Birdman, and then he did Vulture,
which I think he did a great. As the
he
Vulture.
did, yeah. Like I'm sure other actors could have done it. Like Ben Kingsley was almost the Vulture,
yeah.
But like Michael Keaton, like he made Vulture kind of cool, and, like interesting. Like everyone thinks of Vulture as the old man villain. Like he's like, oh, there's this old guy that Spider-Man's gonna beat up, but like Michael Keaton kind of made like a serious role to it.
I think if he hadn't have done Batman, it wouldn't have had the impact as it did. But I think having had done Batman before, to be able to bring some of that kind of energy into the Vulture, I think helped a lot.
Yeah. Especially when that scene where they're in the car and he like it clicks for him.
Yeah.
Where he's like, oh, this guy's Spider-Man, and like that's visual. There's like visual storytelling in there too.
And they have that moment where they realize who each other are.
He's like,
and it's
crap.
just like, I'm like, that was a great scene. That was an amazing scene.
And it's very unfortunate. Like Keaton didn't come back for the other ones. Like they kept trying though. He was in Morbius, and I was like, why are you in this? A lot of people don't like it for this role. I don't mind it because it fits in that movie, but like Ben Affleck as Batman,
I don't have a problem with Ben Affleck as Batman.
People do.
I feel like it was a bad
the movie
director.
Versus.
I don't think it was a bad actor situation.
Yeah, I think in that movie people don't like Ben Affleck for the movie or the direction, not because of that character. Like, if you need an old Batman, like you need to go older actor, and like Ben Affleck kind of gives that air, especially now. He's in Dunkin' commercials where he's like, I'm tired, I'm giving up. Like he had that like weary vibe to him.
Yeah.
And I think he wouldn't have gotten that if he didn't do Daredevil, which is one of those things where he's not good in that movie, which is weird because Colin Farrell's good in that movie, but like Ben Affleck, like it just didn't fit.
I liked him in that movie, but that's
I wish if he had a different whack at it, it could have been better.
Yeah.
Like it now, because he was a younger actor then. But Charlie Cox does a good job. I like his Daredevil. Like he's not quite comic Daredevil, but like he offers something where a lot of people see Charlie Cox as Daredevil. The fact that recent animated Spider-Man series, like Charlie Cox is Daredevil in that. Like he's offered something for a lot of people. In fact, today I just went and bought the mask and Billy Club set. Like a lot of people see Charlie Cox as that. Like there hasn't been one since then, because everyone thinks Charlie Cox. In fact, he was in No Way Home, and then they did nothing else with that, which is frustrating. I think, is there any other like TV stuff? There's a lot of movie stuff. There's some TV stuff where it's like underrated. Like I see that actor or actress. We didn't ring on any actresses, but like I think it's different with actresses. I don't know why, because I can't think of many. Like there's Mary Poppins.
We hit Ripley.
A lot of people think Wonder Woman for Gal Gadot.
Like,
I would say Whoopi Goldberg made a lot of her characters stand out because I like Sister Act. I can't imagine someone else doing.
I only know
her
from Elmo, from the episode she was on Sesame Street where she was with Elmo. That's all I could think of for Whoopi Goldberg. She also what was that T-Rex? What was that T-Rex movie she was in?
Like Dinosaur Pop or something like that.
Was in the Cinderella movie.
Theodore Rex, that's what it was. Yeah,
she was in a Cinderella movie.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Was she the godmother?
One of them.
No, she was not. She was the queen of the Prince Charming. The Prince Charming.
Which one was this?
That and then the guy who plays Dr. Stein in Firestorm and
Victor Garber.
Victor Garber.
Yeah, he's also Sinestro in the Green Lantern animated movie.
Maybe.
He's good in that. I like that. That's another voice one. Nathan Fillion as Green Lantern.
I love how we haven't mentioned Deadpool at all. It's great.
I haven't watched any of them, so
Ryan Reynolds is fine as Deadpool. I like the more. This is a weird thing for me. I like the more serious Deadpool. I don't tolerate the very goofy Deadpool. I think he got like too over the top, and not that it's Ryan Reynolds' fault, but I think he had a hand in it because everyone tries to be Ryan Reynolds, but Ryan Reynolds is Ryan Reynolds, and like you can only capture that like in a small area. Like he's not quite Jim Carrey with it, but like he doesn't have that same energy as Jim Carrey. Like I feel like he tries.
I feel like he's more of a sarcastic humor than like Jim Carrey's almost like slapstick.
Yes.
Like he was like the last of
the last slapstick ones.
I would say another one, someone who's made a lot of his roles is John Goodman.
Yes.
So like Sully, Pacha, a lot of the animated, and then a lot of his live action too.
He's the Cyclops and Brother, Where Art Thou? He's not a Cyclops, but he fills that role.
I was gonna say, what Cyclops?
He plays the guy with the one eye.
With the one eye.
Yeah, he's the Cyclops.
Bible salesman or whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. Another George Clooney. You can't like. I'm sure you could have gotten a different actor for him to be in the Ocean's 11 or the Ocean's movies, but like George Clooney has like this charisma with him. Like it's no duh he was Batman, but I don't think he fits as Batman.
I don't think he was a great. I think he was an okay Batman. Yeah, he did better than some others.
Again, it's a director thing. Like
that's a
Joel Schumacher was like very like over the top with it.
It was that was a more campy Batman. If he had a chance to do a more serious Batman, I think he could have done well.
Yeah.
But I think of him like doing the Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Oh, that he's great.
Was a great role for him.
Yeah. With Val Kilmer, I can't see anyone else being Doc Holliday in Tombstone. Because he just how he delivers stuff and like his cadence. There's a story where Kurt Russell says they were offset and like Val came out of his trailer and like pink shorts and like a tank and like a sleeveless shirt, and then he'd be like Doc Holliday into this very serious Western, like with John Wayne. A lot of people think John Wayne. Just insert Western movie and he kind of fills that him and Clint Eastwood. They were like any Western, but you recognize it's Clint Eastwood. It's John Wayne, even if it's not a Western. Like they are those characters. Which I've been watching a lot of westerns recently at work. That's all on TV. Then Stargate, for whatever reason, I don't know.
And Norton and basically any of his.
Who was it?
Edward Norton.
Oh, Edward Norton. Fight Club. Fight Club. Brad Pitt's also that he's good. Like I don't know. There's a one role where like you could just insert uh, him into anything. Like I'm sure Metro Man and Megamind you could have fit with like other weird actor in that role, but like he fits it. I can't think of Ed Norton from anything else. I know he's not Metro Man, but I can't think of Edward Norton for anything else like besides Hulk. Because that's all I've seen him in. That and Fight Club.
Yeah,
American
he was
History
definitely the
X.
best Hulk.
Yeah, well, if he, not saying it's against him. He apparently was very problematic and like was saying a bunch of stuff like he wanted to change stuff. I think that's why they changed it. But like, I liked what they were trying to do with him. And I think again, something got left on the cutting floor. Like Mark Ruffalo did a decent job, but like Edward Norton, like again with the nerdy thing, I think he wasn't trying to be like the overly nerdy Bruce Banner. But then Mark Ruffalo went for more of that nerdy part. Not at first, but like later on.
Yeah, I mean, Mark did a great job as Hulk too.
Yeah.
Nate, you got some homework. You need to go watch American History X.
American History X.
Primal Fear. It's Primal Fear. Those are two with Ed Norton that you're like, oh, I just don't Fight Club. Or
Yeah. I was gonna say Vin Diesel, but he's the same character in a lot of stuff.
I do think Riddick was probably his best role.
And then there was
nobody else could have done that.
That Witch Hunter movie he was in.
Witch Hunter?
There's yeah. Oh, he wasn't. Yeah, that's right. I was like, it's Witch Hunter. Is it different or is it something else? I'm thinking that Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunter movie that they did.
That was the one with Jeremy Renner.
Yes, that was the one with Jeremy Renner. Yeah, but like not Val, but like he did essentially like he plays the same character in a lot of stuff. Like Fast and Furious, he is just generic
tough guy.
Like I feel like in his early roles he was trying like a Babysitter and a couple other movies like there was effort put into it. But I think he got really into hey, I'm gonna be that serious actor. Like he's just I feel like been running away from Babysitter and like a couple other movies. Of course he's Groot.
Right.
Like and he's the Iron Giant. Which I don't think I could see anyone else being the Iron Giant. I'm sure at one point they tried getting like Peter Cullen or Frank Welker because Frank Welker plays a bunch of stuff. One like anyone else could be Megatron, but like Frank Welker, like his voice cadence, like to be that, like Hugh Weaving almost did like a decent job, and then David Kaye did a good job, but like those are different versions of that. Like Frank Welker, everyone tries to be Frank.
Yeah. Other people we are supposed to talk. Spacey.
What is it?
Spacey and
Kevin Spacey.
Usual Suspect.
You're cutting out a little bit, Doc. It's hard to hear you.
Yeah, he's also Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
Kevin Spacey. Which could have been I don't know. Kevin Spacey did a decent job as Lex, but like he's better than Jesse Eisenberg. Like there's a certain cadence of actor to be Lex.
Yeah.
And like who was in the 77 movie? I can't think of the actor's name. Like he's not a perfect Lex, but he's a decent Lex. A lot of people think of that Lex. The fact that Jesse Eisenberg dressed as that Lex Luthor. Nicholas Hoult, I think he did a decent job. I think that's one of those roles he's getting remembered for. But a lot of people think Clancy Brown as Lex, like he has that voice. Or like the recent Superman. I think a lot of people are gonna remember that's one of his big roles, or like he's gonna get known as is David Cornswell as Superman, along with Christopher Reeves. Like a lot of people think Christopher Reeves is Superman. The fact that there's a lot of artists tried drawing him as that character.
Are you going to put Bolt up there with Hackman?
They play different sides of the character. Like I don't have a problem with either. Like I like the eccentric businessman. I also like the con man. He wasn't a con man, but like that high level eccentricity. Like I remember watching that movie, I'm like, why is this guy in the subway? But also I'm like, oh no, that's kind of like a perfect like James Bond supervillain kind of thing to do. I saw this TikTok. Do you guys have like a quintessential like James Bond or like
Sean
of course
Connery.
Sean Connery? Everyone thinks of what's the actor's name? Because I can never think of the actor's name. He was the recent James Bond. Not Pierce Brosnan, Daniel Craig. Yeah, like people think him. The more fact, I think I saw an ad when Knives Out came out when it's like James Bond is here or something like that. Because that's another role I think a lot of people are going to remember him for is being. Was it Detective Perot? No, it's not Perot because that's that book series.
This is a different. It's a original character.
Yeah, well, I can't. But I want to call him Inspector Perot, and it's not that because I'm thinking of the book
No,
series.
Perot is the.
Nope, he's coming out again.
What?
I didn't hear anything you said, Doc.
I don't remember what his character's name is.
I can't think of it, but like his character, yeah. But like again, James Bond's one of those things where it's like it depends on what movies you grew up with. Because I only watched. No, I think I watched one of the Pierce Brosnan ones, but like I think Daniel Craig. But it's a different side of James Bond. But like, there's been so many. Everyone has like one they go to. Like, there's not one where like I need to get a lookalike. So, with a lot of stuff we brought up today.
Yeah. Just going back to Superman real quick, I would say my favorite is probably Dean Cain, but
Dean Cain,
Lois and Clark.
I didn't mind Dean Cain's version. I think when I need to rewatch it. I think I was watching it. I saw it right with Man of Steel, so it's like two very different versions of that. Like I think I don't dislike Henry Cavill. Again, I think it's a director thing. Like in that movie, a lot of people complain about him because he's very like serious, very like, oh, why am I doing this? Like I get why that version of Superman exists, like what they wanted to do, but now you have the more hopeful version, like your Christopher Reeves, Dean Cain, your David Corn Sweat, and it's in a weird way, even like the Smallville version, a lot of people reference that actor's name, Tom Welling. A lot of people reference that as Superman. Like with a lot of these, everyone has like a favorite version if they've been around long enough. Like there's some actors they're remembered for one or two roles or one role, and that's the only thing they're in, and then nothing else because they're all remembered for that. Like Jeff Bridges, everyone's gonna think. Well, not a lot of people think Tron. Or like everyone's gonna think of the dude from Big Lebowski.
Mm-hmm.
Like for a while, it's all I heard him as. I didn't think him as Obadiah Stane as Iron Man or Tron. Or like, well, he wasn't Tron, but he was like Ian Flynn. But like any other roles he's in.
Yeah. Going to TV shows. There's a couple of TV shows I think the cast made the show. One of them being NCIS. If you've ever watched that, Gibbs and DiNozzo and Abby, like all of them, I think nobody else could have played those characters very well. But then Dr. House.
I can't think of the actor's name. I confuse him with some other actor, but I know who you're talking about.
Mr.
Little House.
There's a funny clip. I think it's Moist Critical making fun of House, but it's him just being Dr. House, but like an eccentric level.
Yeah.
And like funky animation, but like that type of character, like it's kind of like the Benedict Cumberbatch effect too, because it's also that same era of TV where a bunch of British actors come over trying to be American accents. It's like that weird 2010-ish era TV. Same as Doctor Who. Like it that weird in between. Like they made those characters other than before. Like not everyone's gonna think of Hugh Laurie being on Friends. They're gonna think they think he's on like one episode, but they think House. Or with Doctor Who, everyone thinks David Tennant as the Doctor. They don't think him as other stuff he's been in. Like he was a character in How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah.
Rich McDuck.
That's right.
Yeah,
I forgot he's Scrooge McDuck. I like his Scrooge. Alan Young does.
He does okay.
Yeah, Alan Young. A lot of people remember as Scrooge McDuck, but like David Tennant, I think does pretty good job.
Yeah, for having
great
take
job
over
on
the
it.
role, he does all right.
Yes,
Yeah,
I liked his version. I get what they were going for. Like sometimes I'm like, I wonder how much they're paying David Tennant for this. For it's pretty decent. Same with like Doctor Who with James Bond. Like everyone has a favorite version. Like everyone thinks the 10th Doctor. Kind of a lot of times 11. A lot of people don't like 12. I like 12.
Eccleston is still my favorite Doctor.
Eccleston.
So.
I unfortunately
agree with that one.
Yeah, unfortunately, Eccleston had one season.
He only had one season, which is a bummer. But he was my favorite Doctor.
I think he got tired of it. I think he just left. Like I feel like Eccleston does that a lot with stuff.
Well, the way he portrayed it, like he was still goofy, but he had this like dark seriousness like inside of him from all of the trauma that he's been through over his centuries of life, millennia of life, that would come out, and having his companion character like help calm him down did a lot. But his goofiness was also, I mean, Tennant's goofy. I mean, they're all goofy.
Yeah. They're all kind of goofy. Yeah.
He had this awesome duality, I think, that
him
was
and
lacking
Baker
in later ones.
Him and Tom Baker had that, where like Tom Baker was kind of goofy, like how he dressed, but he was serious. Like there was moments of like seriousness in it. Like a lot of people complain like it's cheesy TV, but like there is some like decent writing in those shows.
Yeah,
for what they are. Like Peter Capaldi like is trying to be serious, but then I think they gave him like a midlife crisis at like towards the end where he's riding around like a tank and a guitar or whatever. Then I saw him in World War Z, and I'm like, why are you here? It's just weird seeing him in other stuff. Or like a lot of people are gonna think with DC. What's the actor? I can't think of the actress's name now. She played Harley Quinn. Everything's like her.
Oh yeah.
Margot Robbie.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks her as Harley Quinn. Like people do her voice more than the original actress in the '90s show.
Well, Tara Strong did Harley Quinn too, and she does a pretty good job.
Yeah, she did it in the middle. There was someone else, and then she took over.
That was the original.
Yeah,
she passed away.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, she did. I liked her version, but everyone thinks that Margot. Yeah, well, everyone thinks the original version or Margot Robbie, and like Tara Strong's kind of in the middle. Like she's known for 8 other things. Like she's Raven, she's
Twilight Sparkle, she's
one of the Powerpuff
Timmy
Girls.
Turner, she has a lot of roles.
I think she's Bubbles in Powerpuff Girls.
Bubbles, yeah.
Timmy Turner again. Like she's in so many like animated stuff.
Yeah.
Like there's a bunch of those actors. Like D. Bradley Baker is known for a bunch of stuff. Like he does 90% of the animal voices you hear and stuff.
Yeah.
Or no, it's Diedrich Bader. No, it's D. Bradley Baker. Diedrich Bader is known for like sitcom dads, or he's was he in Napoleon Dynamite? He was the uncle in Napoleon Dynamite. Again, that's another one. Everything's that actor as Napoleon Dynamite, not as anything else. Just show him because I can't think of the actor's name because he's in a Walt Disney documentary. John Heder. I think he plays Walt Disney's brother in that. I think it's him. It might not be him, but he looks the same. He's also Napoleon Bonafrog in the Ninja Turtle cartoon, like the 2000s one, where they just had him be Napoleon Dynamite because they're named similarly. Not the historical character, but the movie character. Uncle Rico. That's the character name for Diedrich Bader. Yeah, I think as nerds, we tend to gravitate certain characters, or like even as I might not know the actor's name at the moment, it'll hit me as I put this together tonight, or next couple of days, where it's like, oh, it's this actor. Like we think of collectively a certain actor as a certain character. I think it's like the impact these actors have given, and we're not like the characters have impacted those actors as well. Or like they go to cons, they are those characters. Like there's that TikTok, those like TikToks that go around like, I'm this voice actor. I'm in like that. So like that trend kind of still pops up occasionally, and it's fun to see. Like, oh, I didn't know blah 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 was in, whatever show. It's fun to see. Like Weird Al. Yeah, like Weird Al is known for music, but also he does a bunch of voice acting. Like he
does, yeah.
He's Wreck-Gar in Transformers. He's in Gravity Falls. He was like in the D&D episode. He's in a bunch of. I think he's also in My Little Pony. I think he plays a character. He's in a bunch. Like he's in a bunch of stuff. Like he
does
voice
play a
acting.
character. Yeah, he does. It's like cheese something.
Or was it Waffles? I don't know. I don't watch My Little Pony, but I see the clip.
It has something to do with cheese. I forget the full name.
Is it cheese? Maybe it is.
Yeah.
Maybe he talks to Waffles. Maybe that's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
Or something.
Another one I just thought of made a character was Dante Bosco as Zuko in Avatar: Last Airbender.
Strange, you don't want to bring up that he's in Hook?
He is in Hook.
Yeah.
Rufio.
I think they're trying to make for a while. They're trying to make a Rufio spinoff, but I don't think that ever got off the ground. I think it's too late. Not against Donnie Bosco, but I think it's kind of too late now for them to do that. It's been
I would say
20, 30 years removed.
Yeah,
something like that. But like, yeah, he's. I can't think of anyone else as Zuko. Like how Donnie Bosco delivered everything. Like his character again. That's the writing, but also that's the actor. Like pulling from the writing into it, like he's how he interpreted everything. Same with Uncle Iroh. Like I can't think of anyone else as Uncle Iroh.
Right. Because he did well because the original actor died and then he did get replaced, but it was masterfully done.
It was
definitely those two guys playing Iroh.
Yeah,
couldn't have done any better.
No. He's also Master Splinter, but now he's okay. Like, not against the actor. Like it was towards the end of his life, and like you could really tell in that movie. Mm-hmm. Like if it was a couple years before, like I think he would have done and it was not just that movie. It would have been pretty decent. Also thinking Ninja Turtles, Rob Paulson, the one everyone thinks of, he's a bunch of characters and stuff like that. You've heard his voice or something.
Yeah, Ron Paulson.
Yeah, he's Carl Weezer. He's Raphael, and he played Donatello later. He's Pinky. He's in a bunch of stuff. He's the box ghost on Danny Phantom.
Anyways, the box ghost. Yeah, that's funny.
Was he on the Justice League show? I think no.
Probably.
He was on the pod. He had a podcast where he had them all on, and they were characters in something. I was thinking Monk. Tony Shalhoub. He
definitely made that character for sure.
Yeah, he was going back to Ninja Turtles. He was Master Splinter, and it took me like just yesterday to realize it was Tony Shalhoub.
Well, I had watched Monk, and by the time that came out, I forgot that he was also on
Men in Black.
What? Oh, he was on Men in Black. No. One with Tim Allen, the movie Galaxy
Quest with Alan Rickman.
Ragnarok.
Yeah, with Alan Rickman. Yeah, but yeah, he was playing the guy that was acting like a Chinese character. So
I was about to say that. I was like, was he a Chinese? That's right. He was a Chinese person.
Yeah, he was stoned the whole time. Go back and watch.
Yeah, there you go. It's been a while since I watched.
Supposed to be stoned all this stuff, but that's not mentioned at all. It's supposed to be what was happening.
Yeah, because he was supposed to be playing a Chinese guy, so so he'd squint his eyes to mimic a Chinese guy. That's so funny. Anyway,
another one someone brought up. It goes with Scooby Doo, but I don't see her as this. The character that was Daphne in those movies, the live action one. She's also Buffy. Geller. Sarah Michelle Gellar. Like I don't see her as Daphne, but like everyone sees her as Buffy, like more than because there's a movie before Buffy, but it's a different actress and it's kind of different. Like it's the same plot.
Clarissa Joan Smith. Smart. What was her name?
It wasn't Joan. I thought you were going to say Melissa Joan Hart, and I'm like
Melissa Joan Hart.
Oh, it was.
Right?
Okay.
No, was Sabrina.
Yeah, she's Sabrina.
That's Sabrina. Okay.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I thought about these shows.
It was Kristen something.
Yeah. I didn't watch
Rubens
the
played the vampire.
That's right.
Christy Swanson, yeah.
Christy Swanson. Another one strange for you brought up. Sonic. He was Urkel. Which I don't know. Like,
he did it. I mean, he was. Yeah. I wouldn't say he's the definitive Sonic. Honestly, I would. Was it John Craig Smith
Yes,
the
he's also
video
Leonardo.
games.
He's also Leonardo, and there's
Yeah.
a little Ninja Turtle cartoon. I didn't realize he was still acting. I
Oh,
I
yeah.
always picture him older than he is. I mean, he's like what, 50s, somewhere in there, 40s, somewhere in there. Like I forgot he's still acting. Like he was in something recent I was watching. As a voice actor, I picked his voice. I'm like, hey, your voice sounds familiar. You sound like Sonic. Because what, he was Sonic in '06, or was it before that? No, it was Adventures.
No, are you talking about
Craig Smith.
Craig Smith? Oh yeah,
Yeah,
he was Sonic for a long time in the games.
Yeah, and then I think then they replace him at some point to line
I
up
think
with
it's someone else now.
Sonic
yeah,
X, because like I guess they're like
Yeah.
the one to line everything up. And then I think Seth Green did it at one point, and then someone else is doing it.
Yeah.
And like after that, like it kind of sounds like insert, like not AI, but it's like insert voice. Like here, get random actor. Like Sonic has a certain attitude to him that Roger Craig Smith brought out, and like Urkel kind of brought out, but like he was very much playing like 90s dude.
Yeah,
kind of to it. Like
he's very 90s. That's what.
Yes,
it is.
which
Yeah,
Sonic
it's
is
the
very nice. He was
difference there.
created for the 90s, like going in. Same with like Mario. What was that wrestler's name? I always think of his voice in the Mario games.
yeah.
I don't even
Sorry.
think of the Mario actor.
Right.
It was some
Jaleel
wrestler.
White is the Sonic
Yes,
we're talking
Jaleel
about.
White is Sonic.
The Super Mario Brothers Super Show.
I can't think of the wrestler, because in my notes I just put wrestler guy. I didn't even put an actor's name for whatever reason. I don't know why. Because there was two wrestlers. They did Mario and Luigi for the Super Mario Bros. Show.
Luigi was a wrestler too?
I think. At least for the live action segments it was. But like I hear those voices. I know like there's the original actors, they are Mario and Luigi. But like obviously I don't think they could pull off like a full movie. Like people I think Charlie something for the recent movies. Like he did Luigi good, Mario not so much. Chris Pratt was okay.
He did okay.
Yeah. What was the actor? What was it? Mario.
It's the Super Mario Brothers Super Show, and I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, there was like a bunch of different shows.
Okay, here we go. Captain Lou? Wait.
No, it's not Mario.
Lou Albano. Lou Albano.
Yeah. I can't think of the actor's name because I don't pay attention to wrestling that much.
Yeah.
But like, I hear their voice against one of those things when I read stuff. Like I hear that like in some Mario fiction that there's. Weirdly enough, there isn't many Mario comics. There are like Sonic comics. I don't know.
Yeah.
Why I think it's more of a Nintendo thing.
Well, most of the Mario comics were Japan only, so
there's that too, which is weird because like Sonic's gone through Archie and IDW, but like Mario really didn't get a foothold anywhere. I'm really surprised, like with how big he is.
Well, I feel like Nintendo is very apprehensive about letting others use their main mascot.
Yeah.
That's why after the Super Mario Brothers movie with Bob Hoskins, John Leguizamo,
yeah.
After the failure of that, they were very reluctant to try out another movie until the.
I mean, it's understandable.
Yeah,
but like, come on, like if you have the same character all the way through for what 30, 40 years, like it's
40
years, like it gets kind of boring. Like what, just recently didn't the Mario actor just retire or like moved on to a different position?
He's doing like a tours now or something.
Yeah. Like I feel like you could do more with Mario. Like Mario, he kind of just does the same voice things. So I guarantee they're just going to pull clips from other stuff, like from a backlog. Like why not change the voice, give him more of like a speaking role in the games?
Yeah. I will say he probably was the best person for the role at the time, but Mario's voice, like it's hard to replicate his energy because if you actually see him in person, he has this like very awesome, like happy, like energy, and he's very energetic and very enthusiastic and everything. And he's so cool. And I think that's what helped make him be the Mario actor. But at the same time, Mario's voice in general is so easy to replicate.
Yeah.
There's
Like,
a lot of people that can do the Mario voice, right? So I don't know.
Let's go.
Let's go.
But what about the Mario dance? Like, can we replicate? Can we replicate that? Strange or not strange? Doc, do it right now. You got a red wall. You're wearing red. You don't have to. I won't make you. Dance, monkey dance.
Bum.
I can't think of anyone else.
I think we've hit a good gambit. I'm sure we're well over
gambit.
an hour at this point. Maybe an hour and a half.
Yeah, about an hour and a half.
We didn't even touch on
What? You're cutting out again. I think you need better AirPods. Brett Spiner.
Yeah.
That was Data. He was also the Joker in Young Justice, and he's not that great in that.
Mm-hmm.
They made him look like a college professor. It was weird. It was odd choice. I don't mind the sweater they gave him. It was just it was weird. It was an odd choice for Brent Spiner. He's also in Masters of Disguise.
Yes.
A great movie. A national treasure of a movie. A movie everyone should watch. Anyway, talking about, we did bad movies. That I'm sure we mentioned Masters of Disguise. I'm sure I brought it up because when we did that episode, I just watched that recently.
It is fun to watch.
Yeah, in a group setting, not by yourself. In a group setting. I haven't seen all the group setting. They filmed on 9/11. I like to point that out. That was like a fact that gets brought up a lot. They kept filming when everything was happening. So, which is odd clip. I think a lot of times it gets taken out of context for what happened. But if you enjoyed this episode, because this isn't the Master of Disguise podcast. I'm sure there's one out there somewhere. They got to break down every scene. If there is, there shouldn't. Because I feel like that movie should be buried, but it's not. I had a friend in high school that loved that movie.
Fun movie.
Define fun.
It's fun.
You're still talking about it.
That is true. I am still talking about it. We're going to stop talking about it because there's 3 things we don't talk about. Pizza, politics, and the Masters of Disguise. Or something. Faces with a PH. I don't know. Anyway, if you want to find us, follow us at Pizza Party Pod, where we have clips posted regularly for the most part. I just did the next batch for this week. I did it for the next 2 weeks because how wonky my work schedule is recently. But you can also find me at ft_festcruise. I recently, hopefully if my audio isn't all jacked up, because before we recorded this, I sound like a chipmunk apparently. I don't know what was going on. So I did a whole video talking about Thanksgiving, like food stuff being kind of overrated. So that's a video that's coming out maybe next week or this week.
Hey, I'll have you know that the gobbler from Arby's is fire.
That is good. I also recently apparently got mentioned on another podcast with like one of my friends. I wasn't even on it. They mentioned me. I'm like, this is like, I just opened TikTok. I was getting mentioned. I'm like, this is weird to hear. Like, odd. And this friend I haven't talked to for like a month, so it was weird that they brought it up. But check that out. And Silly, where can they find you? Do any knockoff Guitar Hero?
No. Kind of paused on that. But yeah, I do have a Twitch and a YouTube of the same name, SillyBoy 202. So
you should go Guitar Hero keyboard hunting at Goodwill. I'm sure that's a
keyboard hunting.
I'm sure that's a video.
I don't know if I shared it with you guys, but I did go ahead and buy off of Etsy a microcontroller.
Oh, nice.
So I had this for.
I've strangely enough getting a lot of weird Guitar Hero content on my TikTok recently, and I don't know why. I'm gonna say it's Silly's fault because I don't know where else I would be getting this content from.
Maybe they have a new controller on the market too. Actually,
Oh, maybe that's why.
it's like a commercial. It's got like Hall effect strum bar and clicky clacky mechanical keys, and it's supposed to connect to like your Rock Band, and you're able to play the Rock Band Fortnite thing with it too.
Nice.
And of course, not a problem to do it. Use PC and Clone Hero.
Fortnite needs to die. I'm just getting tired of Fortnite.
Yeah, it is the epitome of our fall as a human society.
Yeah, even though it's like perfect for my age and I can't tolerate it. Doc, what are you playing on Fortnite?
I don't think I ever played Fortnite.
Well, you don't want to play The Simpsons on
I will
Fortnite?
say I like the Legos. They did the Lego stuff on the Fortnite, and that made me get Fortnite. But anyway.
Doc, would you do if it was screw tape letters in Fortnite? Be a really weird crossover.
That doesn't. But yeah, no. Again, they'll try to put
Demon
Narnia in there at some point.
Uncle Screw
There
Tape
you go.
skin.
Besides screw tape letter readings, you working on anything else?
No, I finished that because of October. I was in October, and just doing the same thing,
Same thing?
reading and the prayers.
You're not going to do a Thanksgiving book? You got to read
I'm
Squanto?
gonna do something without trying the scratchy
Ah, there we go. That works.
because that was a mistake.
Hey, it worked. I believed you were screw tape. There's pathos there. Like Andy Serkis. Sounded just like Andy Serkis.
We didn't need to touch on it.
Oh, we touched on it briefly. We'll save it for another episode. We talk all about Lord of the Rings one episode. Strange, what are you working on? Or are you still...
Most of my stuff is still in hiatus. However, I have joined Silly, Sketch, and Huffle and the Christian Assassin on some streams recently, so you can check out their channels, and you might catch me on some of their stuff. So
Nice. Heck yeah. So, hopefully, if I'm not working, because my new work schedule, I'll be working in the morning, but depends if how my work schedule works out. You'll see us again in 2 weeks, how we do the schedule. This is episode 53 of the Long Distance Supply Podcast. If you want all of the stuff we're talking about, links are down below, along with a link to a playlist of all of our episodes, and we have audio versions that go up on Spotify. For whatever reason, I couldn't upload last episode on Spotify. It kept, there's an error. So that episode should be up. So check that out. Guys, have a good rest of your night.
all right, take care.
Later.